Welcome back in, everybody. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Welcome in. It's the last show of 2019. We're also going to be talking about the first show of 2020, and this show is going to be on 2 consecutive weeks. Thank you to Dr. Ryan McGowie for partnering with us on the show for the entire year. You can give Dr. Ryan a call at 805-461-8822. HealthySlowCounty.com is their website. They can help you out with diet, exercise, get you on the right track. That's McGowie Health Group, 805-461-8822, HealthySlowCounty.com. All right, well, we're going to talk about
2019.
Our highlights,
Yeah,
lowlights.
Let's just talk about 2019.
Highlights. Lowlights.
Highlights.
Lowlights.
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 And we'll talk about Nicki and her use of her phone.
Yes.
You always give me assignments, so I'm getting
So what'd you find out? Let's just talk about our 2019s. You know, we'll talk nationally and we'll talk worldwide and we'll talk tour and things like that of 2019s. There's some cool things happened in 19 and there's some things that were not so cool for some. But what about you guys? Nicki, you want to start? What's some of the cool things happened to you this year?
You know, I can think of a whole lot of them
All
for 2019 for sure. I mean, starting out always with the Tournament of Champions. That was awesome. I got to walk with Rory and the Pro-Am. I'll never forget that. That was so cool. I got to sit there and actually talk to him while we're waiting for the amateurs to like get up to where we were. And then going to the Solheim Cup into Scotland, where like bucket list, wonderful trip. So in a lot of ways, 2019 was like, wow, for me, golf-wise. Really fun.
So Rory and Solheim.
Those are my 2 big ones.
Those are 2 biggies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, any littlies that were good?
Yeah, just the tournaments that I played and doing the senior am and the qualifier. You know, starting to feel like I have some history looking back in terms of what I've done with golf and seeing that I actually am getting better.
Yeah.
It's always really nice. Like I'm learning.
It's a nice trend.
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm
Learning.
Yeah.
So you think 2019 was a good year of learning?
2019 was a good year of learning.
Awesome.
That's a perfect way of putting it.
And any lowlights that you want to share?
You know, to tell you the truth, and I'm not really trying to be Pollyannish, but it's like I just forget
that's
that
a
kind of stuff.
Big word.
Look that up, Mike.
I can't really think of anything golf-wise that I would say was... Oh, another really good thing about 2019 is being the co-captain for the team play for Morro Bay Club. That was really fun.
And doesn't that continue into 2020 for you?
Every year, yeah. And they came and asked me to do it again, yeah.
So you're like a senator. You could there's no term limits?
I don't know. I haven't been kicked out yet.
No term limits. How long have you been a co-captain?
I think 2 years.
And it's as far as you can see in the future, you're a co-captain.
Well, until they find someone else who likes to do the computer stuff, I think that's why they like having me.
So there's no votes or there's no committee that appoints?
No, the captain chooses.
But you're co-captain.
I am.
So you and someone else choose. Coley.
I don't know. I'll have to think about that.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I just didn't know. Once you're in the position, you just don't leave.
Well, next year I'm VP of the club, so I get to maybe figure that all out.
You can vote yourself.
I can vote myself in.
Well, so I know that you have an active golf world in your life is more than many, so it's pretty cool that all these things you do. So very cool. Michael, what about you? Do you have any highlights of highlights and lowlights to share?
I do. Most of them are were golf related as I was writing stuff down. I played 30 plus rounds this year, that's the most I've played in a long time.
That's so awesome.
Yeah. And those are scores that I posted. So I played some other times like with you, Nicki, where we just played 6 holes and couldn't post them. I played 36 holes in one day.
I remember that.
And then the next week I was dying, but I did it, and that was a blast. And then right before daylight savings, about 2-3 months before, I was playing 27 holes a day on Mondays, and that also involved playing some tournament golf on Monday afternoons.
So 2019 is kind of reassurance, resurgence of golf for you.
Yeah, although this last month has not been as much,
So,
just because
and
the
you
weather's
turned
gotten
50, if that's correct.
I turned 50.
So it's a big change. Good for you, man. You jumping mid-century and jumping
turned
back
50.
into the game.
Yeah, it's that was all great. I mean, that's been good, and a lot of good things. I mean, one thing that just happened. I started a new mid-advanced first tee class in end of November and December, and the kids just absolutely ate it up. And I went in with an idea, and used an idea that Billy's been using and done, and probably other people have done as well. And I just kind of molded it as I went along, and that got done. And the parents and the kids were like, "Wow, why are we doing this again?" And I was like, "Oh, it was really cool."
Awesome.
That's great.
So it was a good thing. Now it's just a matter of trying to figure out where does it fit in with everything else. So
that's part of the fun challenges. You'll figure that out for you.
Yeah. And then probably the only, it actually has been more comical. Probably the only bad thing of the year is that every member of my family visited the hospital. So I tried to cut my fingertip off. My wife had kidney stones. My daughter put a knife through her hand, and then my son just broke his wrist. So
carrying on the Bravenich name.
But I got to know the people. I got to know
some officials need to visit that house of yours.
Yes.
Man. There's a lot going on there. You guys have wrestling matches or thing going on?
Just weird stuff.
I get it, man.
Weird accidents.
Kidney stones.
So I've got to know the people at Twin Cities Hospital pretty well. They're nice.
Yeah, you got your own parking place now.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
It's right over here.
His own suite that's named after him.
Yeah.
So that's the only, but at the same time, it's weird. It's a bad thing, but I'm very thankful that we have that care for all those instances, because two of them were not real fun, and the other two were like not that big of a deal, but two of them were not fun at all. So, those are, that's life. Is what
that is life, yeah. So it's nothing tragic. Just eventful.
Thank goodness for that.
Yeah,
exactly.
Very cool.
Eventful is a good word.
Yeah,
very good word. How about you?
Eventful as well. Yeah, that's eventful. I looked back last year what I was going to try to accomplish in 19. I looked back at our show in 18 and what I tried to do, and not a lot of that stuff happened. I only played 6 times. I've said 6 18-hole rounds. I was hoping to get a lot more. But so
I got to play with you.
Yeah, it's one of those 6
at Santa Maria Country Club. That was awesome.
I'm not sure that's a low light or a highlight. I did play.
I thought we had a blast.
But it was fun. Did a lot of laughing. Which was always good. I think the 6 rounds I played, most of them were fun. Yeah. It's just only 6 rounds. And you had 30-something plus. The average person plays, and this is the average American golfer. It's a lot older than I thought. 46 years old, plays 46 rounds a year, almost once a week. So,
not quite there for me.
So I'm way below average there.
Yeah.
But the best part of those 6 rounds is when I went to Montecito Country Club, the brand new one that just opened up, was invited, the Nicholas Design. I kind of went back in time, and all of a sudden my golf juices and my mojo were there for 1 round, and I played exceptionally well, and don't know where it came from because it hasn't been there since.
Yeah.
But it's just that one day was kind of just like out of body or back into normal body, if you will. Yeah. So that was highlight of those 6. That was good. So that was good. Most of all my golf highlights were work related, with my young people and the people I work with, the first tee, and all their successes and watching them grow and do things. And Claire Alford was watching her become the person she is and playing at the first tee open up there at Pure Insurance and becoming the lady that she is, an exceptional person, and people, and watching Owen go off to college and things like that. Those are the little achievements that keep me going. Those are way highlights.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I was trying to think back to all these different things. The other highlight actually was the same thing. It was the PGA Junior League team that we have, because the kids that we have been together for like 4 or 5 years. So just like what you said about Claire, to see them grow was just amazing.
You can't be taking my highlights, man.
No, but I'm just saying that was, you reminded me like that. You're exactly right. Yeah. Like when I think of highlights, like those are the things.
Yeah. So
that are so rewarding.
And I'm at that age where that's the thing that's, it's going to be my new focus, is focusing on others and, being the trainer and the coach versus the player. Yeah. So I'm getting away from playing golf, and it's not my choice, but it's what's happened. And so I'm dealing with that. That's going to be my challenge for 2020 is to deal that it's less golf, more giving back to the game. So I'm going to focus a lot on that. But that's coming up next year. The other kind of highlights is almost opposite of you is that this year there was 2019 there was no real tragedy in our lives. Nobody died. No one was, I was in the hospital once. I think I took one ambulance ride, which isn't bad. It was after
Was that the catheter one?
No.
Or was that the year before?
That was the year before.
Oh.
So, but there was nobody, and then didn't have any major anything broke or dies. There's always somebody in our family for the last bunch of years either passed on or got really. So none of that happened in 19.
Yeah.
So that's huge. That's a plus.
Sure. Yeah.
So so I was trying to think what are some of our highlights, and that was one of the highlights. That it was kind of a ho hum year as far as is nothing tragic, and that's good. I guess that's a good thing.
Didn't Amber join your family?
2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years.
2 years ago, yeah. Good. So it was 19 was more just as steady, and so it wasn't bad. There was no real bads. It was just, kind of disappointing in the personal golf area. But as far as the golf industry, it was good. Everything was good. The first tee did great. Had another very successful year. It was one of the finest chapters in this network of ours around the country and world. And that's what I'm going to focus on next year. I'm going to really focus on the training aspects and giving back and empowering others to do things so I can step back and watch the ship sail. So it's my focus for next year. So I'm going to prepare to sail on.
Are you going to be kicking back in a lawn chair while that thing's sailing?
I don't know if I can sit still very long. So I don't sit still long, but I'll be watching closely. So I'll have 2020 as a year of transition. For me, it's going to be I'm going to work hard, keep things going, get it ready, get everything polished and oiled up.
Nice.
And then who knows, and maybe launch it in 2020, 21. But 2020 is going to be a good year of empowering. I'm going to empower a lot of people.
I like that.
Train and
awesome.
Empower.
You have so much to give, Billy.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
You do.
You do.
So I'm going to try to focus on the giving part of that. So I'm going to try to, that's what's coming up for me. And maybe more than 6 rounds. I don't know. That's not a lot of golf, by the way.
No.
So it's hard to go out and plan on playing well when you're playing 6 times. I had about that many 9-hole rounds.
That's not even once a month.
I probably had that many 9-hole rounds too. Maybe 12 total. That's like once a month.
You did all right. I mean, considering everything you've been through.
Yeah.
That's, you did all right. And you're a busy guy too. You got a lot going on.
I'm turning 6-0. You turn 5-0. I'm turning 6-0. So next year is going to be focusing on keeping, I think we talked about it last year. It's you starting to rethink your mortality, and you've got to do something. So I've been steady on my walks. I haven't stopped. Walked yesterday. Been walking every day in the beach, going after this and walking.
Yeah.
So
any more fish?
It was packed yesterday. This day. Getting on the beach.
Yeah.
I like my little, what's this tourist situation in our area, man? I go on the beach. There's no one out there. Yesterday it was a madhouse, and it was at least the one side was quiet. The dune side. Oh my God, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So, but it wasn't my
people
own beach.
People flying everywhere.
Everywhere. There's people everywhere. Horses and bikes, and it just wasn't my calm, peaceful private beach yesterday or today. I'm sure it's not going to be either. So,
but it will
I
be
couldn't even park.
Soon.
I had to pay to go on the beach. There's no parking in the whole area, so I paid my $5 so I can drive on the beach and park there.
Yeah,
there's plenty of parking on the beach, but anyway, so that's what's going
on.
on.
So you're starting out. You're owning your walks now. I like that.
I'm owning them. Yep.
You're like, hey, man, this is my walking area.
I know, and I've actually have a few buddies that we've seen each other a few times. We kind of tilt the old nod to each other. How's it going?
Nice.
Then you got the 85-year-old lady who runs by you every time. I want to trip her so bad, but good for her. She's zipping on by. How's it going, Harriet? All right, good. Keep it up. So it's inspiring seeing people. But you see the same. If you go, I try to look at the tide charts now to find the best time. But it's funny. You see the same people. It's kind of nice. It's a great walk. What a place to walk.
Yeah, that place is awesome.
It's an inexpensive gym. I can tell you, beautiful gym. But so I was going to go right after this. But it is crowded. Did you see Disneyland? They shut it down yesterday. Had so many tickets. They sold at 11:30. They had 100,000 people at a 75,000 capacity.
I had people that
it had to be the worst ever. How did you do that?
I knew people that were going from Paso to Santa Maria. It took them 3 hours.
Yeah.
55 miles took them 3 hours.
Well, the freeways were 5 was closed, and then there's accidents, and it was It took 8 hours to go from Santa Barbara to Hermosa Beach.
Nuts.
Which is a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
No, not getting on the road.
I couldn't handle that. I took side roads from Pismo to my house. I went down in the freeway, so I went El Campo up over to Cypress and down the back road to 1. I mean, because traffic was just stopped everywhere. It's crazy. Wow.
It took Rick 50 minutes to get from Avila Beach to home.
See, it's crazy. It's
50 minutes.
So he got on that freeway. I had to get off, man. I got off as quick as I could get off.
Yeah.
So it's we're not used to that here in the Central Coast of California.
Not at all.
We see that. Plus the main roads were closed, like 5. So everybody has to come this way. If you're going north or south, those are your 2 options, right?
Right.
And if 5's closed, and now it's trucks, right? And then the side roads are closed because we all try to go side roads because we know we can, and everybody knows those. So locals are jammed on the side roads. Freeway. It was crazy.
It really
I want to just go home and sit down and watch a movie.
Not to be morbid, but it makes you realize what will happen if there's a natural disaster or something.
Oh, yeah.
That's not going to be, that's going to be not good. But I mean, that's, it's nuts. That's why I don't go anywhere anymore on holidays. I just don't. I won't do it. We used to go up to Amy's, my wife's up, and we had to drive Highway 5. And I finally, after about 3 years of doing that, we told the in-laws, I said, look, we love you guys, but we'll just celebrate Thanksgiving on the week before or the week after, because driving 85 miles an hour and then having to come to a complete stop
for 85 minutes
for 3 hours on I-5 when there's nothing out there, someone's going to die. You see people flying into the median.
Well, that's why they
wiping out. It's like, this isn't worth it. I'm sorry.
65 car pilot.
It's not worth it.
But so it's not. And I think, some people, they somehow they got to get to their families and they make that happen in the world.
Well, either that or
we're
you
lucky
make it,
we live here.
Yeah, you make it a week. You go way early and you leave late. That's the way that
pull your kids out of school and go celebrate a week early.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
So,
well, here's to a very fruitful and lucrative year in 2020, both personally and hopefully financially for everybody.
Well, Nicki's got a bunch happen in 2020. We talked about it last week, so you got some exciting stuff.
Yeah, 2020. It's been really interesting for me looking, especially right now. Looking back at 2019, I realized it was really a consolidation. Lots of changes, lots of big changes for me. And I'm kind of going in a big new direction. So it's exciting, but it's also, I went into my office the other night and I thought, I'm done with all this stuff needs to be cleared out. It's like this real clear out kind of time for me. And it's good.
Yeah. That's kind of what's going on too. It's nice to refocus. And it just happens to be the time of year now that, I have a little break from work. So it's my cleaning and refocusing and setting my new schedules for the next year, or at least my new agendas, personally and professionally. And so it makes you do a lot of things, and I've had time to think about it. Golf courses, as we ask you how many are closing, we're in the golf industry, and I have some thoughts about it. But
can we share it on the next?
We'll come back. What's the state of golf
and
in this area and around the country, and what can we do, because we're in the industry? What do we do to make it better? What is the world doing to make golf sustainable?
I can't wait to hear it.
Looking forward to that.
Me too. All right, we'll be right back.
You want to buy a desk?
Maybe.
All right.
Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Be right back. Stay with us.